We are joined now to preview the Battle at Buell by Millard North volleyball coach Lindsay Grant, West volleyball coach Joe Wessel, and Millard South assistant Angela Thorn. Guys, how are we doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Great. Good morning.
We are doing well. I'm a Millard North grad here, so we're going to start with Coach Grant. How did this whole idea come about? It obviously gives some reminiscent of Volleyball Day in Nebraska with Nebraska volleyball at Memorial Stadium, but how did this come about? Where did this idea come from, and at what point did you convince somebody at Millard Public Schools that you could pull this off?
Yeah, so I think it was last fall when other high schools were posting that they were doing the outdoor match. I sent something to Joe, and he very quickly said yes, and drew something. Jasa, the head coach at Millard South, swung it by our athletic directors. My AD, Mally, was on board right away, and then we had a district meeting, and Chad Zimmerman gave the approval, and from there it was really how do we get a court and what logistics need to go into it.
Okay, so what's the toughest part about that when you're scheduling it and starting this type of event? You mentioned you started like a year out from it. When did those first steps, how do you attack those first steps? Is it really just making sure the venue is capable of holding something like this?
The court has been the biggest overhaul. Nobody just has a court in their garage to use. So we had to get in contact with USA Volleyball. Our region rep, Craig, has been helpful to make those contacts. So then it's just logistics from there of making sure it arrives on time, which it should be there today. A forklift, all those things that kind of go into it in the back end.
So I'm assuming that we're putting this thing together piece by piece. Like, you guys aren't there yourselves, like hammering that thing in, are you? Like they're helping you install it?
Yeah, so it's actually been kind of a district effort. So Millard North and Millard South football will help us put it all together Thursday morning at 6 a.m. And it is 4x4 tiles that all connect. So it's kind of a jigsaw puzzle a little bit, but we'll get it together, and then we'll take it apart that night and get to celebrate.
So I'm sure the obvious, thought was to put it at Buell because it's the outdoor stadium. It kind of copies what we saw from the other high schools and smaller communities and such. But was it one of those that Millard North, Millard West, you guys are just looking at Millard South like, you gonna raise your hand? Like, can we use Buell? Like, is that okay?
We only have one stadium for the district, so it is just the Buell Stadium is the district one where all the football teams use. So I thought that was a no-brainer.
Coach Wessel from Millard West. So what excites you the most about this whole situation? I mean, obviously it's a super cool idea having all three Millard teams involved. Like, what's the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to, or that maybe your team shared with you that they're looking forward to about this?
Yeah, I would say just the community and the process. Yes, it's been fun. It's been stressful, but Millard has three amazing schools, and yes, we are a rivalry with each other, but at the same time, we got to build relationships with each other. Our girls are really excited. That's all they've been talking about. I also teach elementary PE, so I know a lot of my students are really excited. We've kind of set it up as a fun family event. So the atmosphere is going to be more than just volleyball. It's more about the Millard community and just kind of bringing everybody together, our feeder schools, everybody that supports us. We've had a lot of outreach from sponsors. We've had Love Volleyball sponsor part of our kids zone. So it's just kind of stemming from the beginning and going all the way through high school, college, and even into the pros. So it's a really cool event that ties everybody together.
Coach Thorn, when you look at the challenges when it comes to an outdoor event like this, you don't regularly, or I assume you're probably not practicing outside really at all. Is this something that's been a part of the fall camps or summer practices where it's just an exhibition, but you want to look good, you want to practice well? Are you doing anything outdoors to prepare for this?
Not really. We have talked about maybe going to like a sand court, but that doesn't help anything because we're not playing on sand. We talked about maybe just going outside and serving a ball on the field, but logistically, there's not really a way to recreate what we'd be doing.
I know that Coach Cook mentioned this during the volleyball day in Nebraska, but the setters really have the toughest job, right? Because they're the one that has to position everyone outside and be able to set the ball accordingly. But when you have any type of wind or any type of factor, that can greatly affect. I guess just a general question for all three of you, is that something you've talked to your teams about, that it's probably not going to look perfect on Thursday, but just do the best that you can with all the other factors that are going into it?
Yeah. We talked a lot about it, just making sure that we're having fun. I mean, it's a fun event, like Joe said, with the whole community. So having fun volleyball is a little bit secondary, and it's a jamboree for a reason. We learn.
So let me ask you. Oh, go ahead, Coach Thorn.
Right. No, I was just going to say we do some grass volleyball in the summer, so our girls are kind of a little bit used to playing. The ball's a little heavier, but they're used to kind of playing that wind. So not the same, but kind of the same.
For sure. And I get you. I do wonder what.
Hi, Damon.
Everyone says hi.
He is here. He does exist. No. So I am curious, like, as you're putting this together, obviously it's a super cool event. Coach Wessel, you talked about sort of the community aspect, but I guess what are your goals for this event? Is this something you're hoping to do maybe every year? Is this something that, at some point you're hoping you could play regular season matches maybe once in a while in this type of format? Is it just to shine a light on three like great schools and volleyball programs? Like what's the goal from the whole event?
I think we kind of talked about this. We've even had some people reach out to us and say, is this going to be an annual thing? And doing it the first time is always the hardest. And as you kind of go through and you understand what works and what doesn't work, it definitely probably could get easier. But I think this year we're just going to enjoy the moment. And then we'll maybe reconvene after this season and see, if this wants to be a annual thing and maybe even a regular season kind of game. So it's definitely up in the air. It's a really cool opportunity for everybody. So
I want to start with you, Coach Thorn. We'll kind of maybe go around the horn here. How does this type of contest and exhibition, obviously you'll play a lot of Class A schedule across the metro. This is going to be the Millard schools. There's going to be a little bit of that rivalry tinge to it, but in all, it's still a jamboree. It's an exhibition when it comes down to it. How does this set up and prepare you for the start of your season?
Well, Millard West and Millard North are both two tough teams, so I think it brings us the challenge right off the bat, giving us the opportunity to go out and maybe work some lineups, try some different things. You can't go wrong when you play against two tough teams. So.
And then kind of going just down the road there, Coach Joe, when you look at kind of your side, you just heard good praise from one of your rivals that you're one of the top teams in the state. I mean, that has to make you feel good getting into one of these.
Yeah, and that's what the Jamboree, we love that the NSAA opened up this Jamboree event a few years ago. It's an opportunity to play somebody, one, that you normally don't play. For us, we usually play during the season, but Class A is just a juggernaut of really good volleyball. So day in and day out, I mean, you're going to see the best of the best. And I honestly wouldn't rather share this court with anybody else. I'm glad that Millard South and Millard North are part of it. I think we're going to push each other. It's going to be a battle. And I think it's going to help us kind of prepare for the beginning of the preseason.
Coach Grant, obviously they kind of set the boundary for you here. If you just want to give him bulletin board material for this one, I mean, you can Mustangs could sweep here if you wanted.
I'm going to echo exactly what they said. I think opening up with both of them prepares us for our schedule. Our schedule, we start off nice and fast with Papio South, followed by Papio South, Elkhorn, South Gretna. So there is no other way to open up the season, and being able to kick this off with our Millard schools is fantastic. I also think it's a good opportunity for the girls to play in front of a lot of people, to hopefully prepare us as we get closer to some postseason, deal with those nerves a little bit.
Coach Grant, I'll stay with you here for a second. I know that in Omaha, especially the volleyball community is, I would say, almost unusually close-knit. It's a very tight community. Amongst whether you're rivals in high school, you got the club volleyball scene, the whole thing, right? How much did that help in terms of getting support for this event and sort of getting it off the ground in terms of what's a pretty big lift here?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I mean, working with Millard West and Millard South, obviously that's just icing on the cake, being able to work with them, meet with them often, but also all the clubs that got involved as sponsors. Hurrdat Sports has been a fantastic resource for us, helping us through everything from T-shirts to forklift. So I think anything that has to do with volleyball in the state of Nebraska, people are just willing to jump on and to help. And so that has made it really easy.
So when you look at how this event will transpire for Thursday, if people are wanting to get out there, go enjoy the fun, there's a lot of extra things that are going. There's going to be some former Huskers that are hanging out. I've been told you can go bring the kids. They'll have a grand time. If it's the family atmosphere, how are people going to be able to either get tickets? Do they just come to the door? Can they buy them pre-sale? How is that looking?
Yeah, so normal game, you can walk up and buy tickets is probably the easiest way. We have all posted links to buy tickets ahead of time on our socials. During the event, there will be lots of interactive things for the kids and the families. We'll have a kids zone that's sponsored by Love. And so they'll have some athletes there, some glow sticks and pom-poms, all that good stuff. And then in between each match, we'll have a serving contest. For K through 8th graders, they can come down, they serve, they hit a pizza box, they get a pizza for Union Pizza.
Can we call this maybe like a championship series? Could like the winner just claim Millard for the rest of the year in volleyball? I know you don't want to put that high of standards on it, but I think the higher the stakes, the more regular we could make an event like this.
I'm sure we could throw something on it.
I mean, we do play each other during the season, so this is
True.
just a warm-up game.
The Millard Championship Series. We could find a trophy for that.
Yeah, I think we could make some T-shirts or something like that. Only if Millard North wins. But if
I like your biased.
100%. Coach Grant, Coach Wessel, Coach Thorn, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Can't wait to experience the event on Thursday, August 21st at Buell Stadium. Make sure you get out there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us and for putting on such a terrific event.
Thank you, guys.
That is our preview of Battle at Buell. That is going to be a super cool event. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for the I honestly never really seen anything like it. Obviously, last year you had, or 2 years ago, you had the deal at Memorial Stadium for Volleyball Day in Nebraska, but nothing like this before at the high school level with the Millard schools going at it. And if Millard North beats both of them, then maybe we'll have to make some T-shirts.
Trophy season.
Some Mustangs forever, whatever. Ring season.
It was always Stangs.
Yeah, it was. Forgot about Stangs. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a Dr. Dre parody rap in honor of the Chicken Nick show we did last night.
Why not?